Hi, so today I would like to celebrate 200,000 subscribers. And for those of you who follow my Twitter account or some of the comments that I post on either Instagram or in the YouTube comments of some of the recent videos, you'll know that what I planned on doing to celebrate the 200,000 subscriber mark is show you the contract that I got from this TV network. So I've been talking for the past 2 months on and off about how I was contacted, reached out to by this TV network. I had people show up at my store. They were interested in me in developing a TV show with me, to be on real cable TV and bring my talents to television. And I was very, very weary of this as somebody who has worked in the entertainment industry just as a technician. Even though I was just a technician at places like Avatar and other studios, I was in the room, I was under the console, I was doing something while listening to everybody else talk. I am familiar with a lot of how the business works just from constantly being in the room. And they were really, they were just saying all these things, trying to see if I was interested, trying to see if I was excited. And they were really focused on getting me excited rather than providing me with specific details or information on anything, and this kind of worried me. And it was also interesting to me that people from a real TV network actually came out and took the time out of their day to visit me. Is that because I'm just so amazing that I deserve it, or is it because they see me as a piñata that if they whack enough times, a bunch of gold will come out of? And when I read this contract, it's very, very obvious to me that they were kind of trying to fuck me and just shove like a pole all the way up my ass and then like pull it out and hope that money would come out of it. And it's just, so I had to think about this. I had to think about whether, I really had to weigh the options. What is more valuable, the bridge that I'm burning or the sheer entertainment value for the 200,000 of you who will read this drivel and maybe actually learn something from it? If not learn something from it, at the very least be entertained by what they thought would be acceptable. And I think this is far more useful as entertainment value than it is as a bridge. And we're going to go into that. Now, I tried doing this video where I just read the contract aloud, and what I realized is that was incredibly boring because this is 15 pages of shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the parts that are interesting, and I'm going to just highlight them and talk about them with some commentary. And I still want you to be able to read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through the contract, and I'm not going to scroll through at a regular pace. It's going to be quickly, so you're going to have to read, and then unpause, then read, then unpause, and so on and so forth. So you'll be able to read through the entire contract as I scroll through in the next few seconds. After that, if you want to just fast forward, just go 20 seconds after I start scrolling through the contract, and I'll start reading out the really fun points. So let's get over to this. Let's get started. I'm going to scroll through to the beginning of the contract, and I'm just going to go past the part that has my personal phone number because I don't feel like releasing that to YouTube. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to start scrolling through right now, and I'm going to get to the end of it. So starting now. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go over the parts that are interesting with some commentary. So the first thing that I want to point out here is that, as with virtually every single company that's made me a business offer that I did not want to take, that put absolutely zero effort into anything, they have misspelled my last name. And if you did find me through my YouTube channel, if you wanted to get my name right, you could literally copy and paste the name from the name of the YouTube channel, copy and paste the name from the email, but I see that that's too much work. And it says that the title of this is unauthorized repairment. What that does is it tells me that you most likely found me based on timing, the timing of everything, the name of it. You found me from that How Unauthorized Idiots Repair Apple Laptops video that was featured on Dig and Reddit as the unauthorized repairman. And so this is less of you like really being a fan of my stuff and more of, oh, my job is to scroll through Reddit and scroll through Dig and scroll through trending on YouTube, find people who are popular and send them this garbage, terrible template of a contract in the hopes that somebody that has no business savvy, that has not that doesn't even really have much going for them will eventually sign it. So I see this as just kind of fishing the front page of Reddit and YouTube and Twitter and all that for somebody who will actually sign this contract. And the real issue I have with contracts in general is that contracts themselves, I mean, by definition, they are often, how do I put this? Okay, if we're working based on trust, we trust each other. If I have to write a contract, I'm going to tell my attorney, write a contract for me. I'm paying the attorney, so he's going to write a contract in my best interest. And by protecting my best interests, by definition, I'm going to be fucking you over or making the language of the contract so that it is not in your best interest. To be in my best interest, that has to be against yours. And this contract is very skewed in that direction. And again, I really had to think about this. I had to think about whether I wanted to post this. What is more valuable? The entertainment value of reading this contract to you or burning the bridge? And the entertainment value of this contract to me is 10 times more valuable than the bridge that I'm burning by posting it. And once I get to the end of this, you'll understand why that is. When I get to the end of this whole thing, you'll see that I can't fathom how somebody would act. I can't fathom how somebody who watches my content, who claims to watch it rather than just scroll through Reddit or some trending video feed one day and just mass email this shit to people. What I don't understand is how you could actually watch my stuff, know how I react to bullshit in business, and then email this to me. I'm going to go over this piece by piece. Let's go over the most interesting portions of the contract. All right, where? Now, here we go. All right, so here's one of the most interesting sections. New business. Artist agrees to pay VTV 10% royalties of any and all gross amounts received by and or credited to artist in connection with the use of artist services, likeness, or name on or in connection with producing, writing, endorsing, sponsoring, or appearing on or in any product, merchandise, promotion, including without limitation books, unrelated to the project, meaning their show. So the project is their show, I'm the artist. So if I appear in anything for promotional material, merchandise, product, if I endorse anything, if I produce anything, write anything with my likeness being me, that 10% royalty must go to them. So let's just finish this paragraph. During the period commencing upon the date of this agreement and continuing until the date that is 2 years following the initial television exhibition of the last episode of the project in which the artist appears, the royalty period, or royalties shall be paid by artist to VTV on a quarterly basis within 45 days after the end of each calendar quarter for all artist gross proceeds received during such calendar quarter. Artist shall transmit to VTV at the same time such payments are due an accurate, complete, itemized, certified statement setting forth sales and production reports in sufficient detail to enable VTV to verify the basis upon which such royalties have been determined and are payable. At the request of VTV at any time, artist statements shall be made in a format that VTV shall provide, or in such format or delivery medium as VTV requires, including, for example, electronic transmission, legalese number bullshit. Artist agrees to keep complete and accurate records in accordance with established accounting practices in sufficient detail to permit ready computation of the royalty payments required to be made under this paragraph 12 during the continuation of the royalty period and for a period of 3 years after its expiration or early termination. All of such records and accounts that relate to the subject matter of paragraph 12 shall be open to inspection and audit by VTV's auditors or an independent auditor retained by VTV. The auditors shall be permitted access for a reasonable time period during normal business hours to all of my records and accounts relating in any way to the subject matter of this paragraph 12. The auditors shall have the right to report to VTV the amounts due and payable to VTV, the method of computation of such amounts, and such other information concerning my operations as is reasonably necessary to verify the statements furnished by me as required herein. Artist acknowledges that VTV may furnish to artist an audit questionnaire. A questionnaire! about how I make money. An artist agrees to return it to the VTV within 30 days of artist receipt thereof. VTV's use of an audit questionnaire shall not limit VTV's right to conduct an on-site audit as provided therein. So, I should just finish the fucking paragraph. If an audit of the artist's records reveals that there is a shortfall in royalties reported for any reporting period under this paragraph 12, artist shall, upon request by VTV, pay such shortfall with interest. And if shortfall is 5% or more of the royalties reported for the audit period, artist shall also reimburse VTV for the full out-of-pocket costs of the audit. This is so funny because I'm looking at my commentary that I wrote for this, and I actually missed several sections of this in my commentary. So let's just go over this. This is what I replied to them about the offer. I spent 4 years creating and promoting the image, unauthorized repairman, that VTV would seek to collect royalties on. This is my response. This identity has 190,000 plus YouTube subscribers, generates leads and clients for paid tutoring and training, is ubiquitous enough that people recognize me in the street on the way to my CPA, and has generated client acquisition that other businesses would have to pay thousands of dollars a month for. This identity was created and promoted as a result of my video recording efforts combined with a loyal fan base over a 4-year time period. My video creation, my fans sharing these videos and talking about them on Reddit and other forums, viewership from aspiring technicians and do-it-yourself individuals wanting advice on their own repairs. This created the image that VTV wishes to collect royalties on, not VTV. At no time during these past 4 years has VTV put a dollar of money nor a dime of effort into promoting my character that consistently earns revenue from videos, tutoring, retail presence, sales of devices in flux, and affiliate marketing. VTV has no right to take royalties from me using this image to make money since VTV never created nor contributed to my pre-existing identity that they are utilizing for this series and looking to cash in on. And here's the thing over here. I get the argument if Vince McMahon says, listen, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, if you want to sell products as Stone Cold, you have to give the WWF royalties. I understand where they're coming from there because there was no Stone Cold before the WWF. Before the WWF, Dwayne Johnson was not The Rock. He was just Dwayne Johnson. Steve Austin was just Steve Austin. And regardless of what you think of the WWF, or regardless of what you think of the wrestler, you have to admit that the WWF, they had writers, they had scripts, they had appearances, they had matches that they set up, storylines that they wrote and allowed to occur that allowed Steve Austin to become as popular as he was. That, Stone Cold's character was not just something that he didn't walk into the WWF selling Austin 316 I'll kick your ass t-shirt every 5 seconds, that they created that together. So I understand if the WWF wants royalties off of Steve Austin once he's done with his contract, done with the WWF, using the Stone Cold thing. I get that to some extent. Here, there is no creation of a character. They haven't created my image. They never created my image. They didn't develop or market my image. They didn't promote my image. The entire thing, unauthorized repairment, that was created by me. And the reason that I have 200,000 people watching this are because of the fans, are because of the people who share videos like this on Reddit and Dig and other forums and social media websites. It's because of the stores and the store owners that say, I'm tired of outsourcing board repair. Rather than make $40,000 a year, I'd rather make $80 for myself. Let me watch this guy's videos and learn. Who then share it with their employees and everything else. That's responsible for creating my image. So when you come in and you say, hey, we want to cash in on your image by paying you a set base salary with no commission to be on a show, but then we want a commission of how you make money everywhere else using the image that you already had, fuck you. I mean, seriously, fuck you. You would have to be so fucking stupid to sign something like this. This is just a fucking scam, just outright. And again, if you develop the character along with the network, that's fine. But if you're looking to cash in on the draw that somebody already has, You don't get to make royalties off of that. So let's just look through this. Like, so what is it that you would, what do you want royalties on? When I sell flux using my likeness, saying this is the flux that I use as the unauthorized repair guy in my YouTube videos, do you want 10% every time somebody buys a $33.99 tube of flux from me? When I book a student who pays $1,300 to come here and learn, do you want $130? Because my videos that I created for 4 years before you ever fucking clicked on my stuff and saw I existed. Do you want 10% of that? Do you want $130 of the revenue that I made to teach somebody what I learned, what I promoted? Is that what you're saying? And then the audit part. This is the part that really got me. So you want not only do you want me to document all the money that I made before all the revenue streams that I had before I ever knew who you were, just to give you 10% of it. You want the ability to do on-site audits. You want me to keep a report of it in a little fucking book and then allow you to come to my store to figure out if I'm telling the truth, to be able to go through my records. You want me to pay the expense of having an accountant or a new administrative assistant just to keep track of what it is I owe you in a format of your choosing. Suck a fucking dick. Like, that's all. I mean, really, I mean, when I read this again, like, just suck a fucking dick. Like, how did you ever fucking think that I would fucking sign this? I mean, and that's the thing. I was so nice when I talked. I was so nice to these people. I even noticed when the woman came in, oh, you know, my office is a little cold. They're like, let me turn off the air conditioner for you so you're comfortable. I was so nice and polite talking to them. And then you come back with this. Like, and this is the other thing. There's going to be more on the affiliate stuff coming up later. Let's go to the rest of this BS. Oh my. You seriously, like, somebody actually claimed to have looked at my content, to have viewed what I create, and then sent me this fucking agreement. We are not on the same page. You do not know who I am. You have no idea what type of content I produce. Anyway, continuing. Man, this just gets me riled up. This is probably one of the best ones. This is actually better than the first one. YouTube channel. Notwithstanding the provisions of Section 11 hereof, the parties agree that during the term of this agreement, artist shall be permitted to maintain artist YouTube channel. Why, thank you for being so gracious. VTV acknowledges that the content, i.e. discrete videos available on the YouTube channel as of the date set forth above, are not required to be taken down from the YouTube channel. Thank you for your graciousness. Artists shall meaningfully consult with VTV with respect to future videos to be exhibited on or added to the YouTube channel. And under no circumstance shall artists be permitted to post any video to the YouTube channel unless such video has been reviewed and approved in writing by VTV. Let me repeat this. Under no circumstance shall artists be permitted to post any video to the YouTube channel unless such video has been reviewed and approved in writing by VTV. Artists shall bear any and all liabilities in connection with the YouTube channel, including with respect to third-party claims. So what they're saying is that they're going to be kind enough to let me keep all the videos that I've already done. Thanks for that again. But I can't post new ones without running it by them. And in addition, after I run the video by them, I also need to seek written approval. So here's my response to that. I can't sign a contract that implies anyone has control over the content I upload to my YouTube channel. I would never sign an agreement that has the potential to censor me in this way. And by the way, when all of you people who say, I'm a professional content creator and I don't want to be censored by demonetization, this is fucking censorship. This is censorship. Censorship is not when somebody says, find your own advertising revenue for the content we're hosting for free. Censorship is when somebody sends you a 15-page legal document attempting to keep you from uploading any content at all without their express written authorization. You want to talk about censorship, deal with the real world and get these contracts. But anyway, that's a sidestep from what we're really talking about here. Now, The entire image of the unauthorized repairman that VTV is going for in this pilot is one based on a YouTube video I did entitled How Unauthorized Idiots Repair Apple Laptops. Apple's law firm, Kilpatrick & Townsend LLC, requested that I remove portions of this video from YouTube, which I said no to. Concerning this request, I sent them notice that I did not intend to remove this video and that if they saw a true problem with the video, they can file a claim and then I will act accordingly. If I am not going to allow Kilpatrick & Townsend to dictate what I do or do not share with the world, why would I let a TV network dictate that? Whether Apple or VTV, it would destroy the credibility of the image I have worked to build and be fundamentally against all the principles I have promoted and worked for if I allowed either or any to restrict or review what I upload. And this is the second reason that, again, I know that they don't follow anything that I do. So I get a call from a law firm about my YouTube channel and contents. I thought like I'm at the end. And after all the internet, I got a lot of support from a lot of people on that. They wound up just not doing anything with it. So I responded with my letter. I sent a letter from, I had my lawyer look over it saying, I understand where you're coming from here. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much, I believe in what I'm doing. This is not going, you're not going to create a MacBook from this. This is me showing you where a fuse is located. If you are against me showing people how to replace a fuse in the product, file a claim on the video, and then we can go from there. And the reason that I did this was simple. It's because I spoke with a couple of people on this, and what happens, how do I put this? There were a lot of people who had a lot of really interesting stories, and the reason those stories cannot be told is because they got scared. And I understand why they got scared. They were probably in my position where they got a call from a large, powerful law firm, and they know that the company has a history of doing things like using immigrations and customs enforcement to raid and then close businesses with no notice, which is something that immigrations and customs enforcement has done. They have raided repair shops. They have raided suppliers. And because they got scared, what they did is they just agreed with everything. They never pushed and said, okay, let's go to court and then lose. They just give up the goods immediately. And what bothered me about this is that if I let that happen, what would have happened was there could have literally been no proof that they even asked me at all, because they had asked me over the phone. They talked to my lawyer over the phone. So if I deleted my content and I had never had anything to do in court, nothing was ever filed in court, no DMCA claim was filed, there would be no proof that that ever happened. And I could live, honestly, I could live with going through the legal process and losing. It would suck, but I can live with that. What I couldn't live with was the idea of deleting my content and there being no proof anywhere that anybody had even asked. Because like if I deleted my stuff and somebody said, hey, they never asked you to delete anything, and I say, yes, they did, and somebody said, prove it, and I couldn't present proof, I would just feel like, I would feel like a half bitch, a whole bitch, and all of it combined. I couldn't do that. So I never deleted the content. I sent the letter. Now, I don't know if it's because Apple is busy with the European Union, if they're busy with iPhone 6 Touch IC, I don't know what Apple's busy with. For whatever reason, they decided not to pursue it. Maybe they didn't pursue it because it was a bluff. Maybe they didn't pursue it because they changed their mind. Maybe they didn't pursue it because they're busy, or maybe they're just waiting until the end of the presidential election when there's something else in the news cycle and nobody's going to care that my channel gets deleted. I don't know why. I have no idea why everything is still there, but for whatever reason, it still is, and I'm happy about that. And my point here is, if you were following this entire thing and you saw all the shit that I go through so that my content stays up, why would you then attempt to censor what I upload? If you know that I will go through these lengths, if you know that I will not accept any Patreon money, not accept Patreon or Kickstarter for an attorney, but be willing to pay an attorney out of my pocket to deal with anything that results from this, just so I could keep a single 8-minute video up, what the fuck makes you think that I would ever sign a contract that requires the express authorization of other people to have to review my videos before they go up? Does that, I mean, like, are you fucking kidding me? Again, this is censorship. Censorship is when somebody says, you can only talk, you can only speak to others, you can only upload stuff when I say it's okay. They're not even talking about taking away monetization. There was a nice big paragraph up there about what I'm allowed to get paid for. But this is literally saying that I cannot upload videos to YouTube without them telling me what is okay. Again, saying like, if I'm not gonna let Kilpatrick and Townsend take down my Fuse video, what the fuck makes you think I'm gonna let you do something similar for a TV network? Get the fuck out of here. Next, equipment. Artist agrees to furnish to VTV any and all tools, equipment artist requires for on-camera use in connection with the services rendered hereunder by the artist-supplied tools. Artist agrees to maintain any such tools and equipment in safe and working ready condition in accordance with provisions of this agreement. My response, I spent over $5,000 for the tools I used to do this show, probably somewhere upwards of $20,000 if I count all the little odds and ends that I don't use every day. As a contract employee of VTV, I have no desire to repurchase these tools nor furnish a second studio with tools. They are saying, under contract, I will get paid this amount of money per episode, and this can end at any given time, but I have to buy all my tools again for the, like, you're a TV network. Are you, like, you're a TV network. You have a building. You have international distribution. You're on cable. You're telling me I have to go out and buy my own fucking soldering iron and microscope for your studio? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that I actually have to buy my microscope, buy my soldering iron, buy my fucking HDMI splitter so that I can switch between the fucking board view and the microscope camera? Here's the fun part, because this also goes into revenue. Including without limitation, sections 17 and 22 hereof, artists shall cover or obscure brands and marks appearing on any artist-supplied tools. Artists shall provide VTV with reasonable opportunity to inspect or have a demonstration of as needed and approve all tools and equipment in advance of on-camera use by artist, and artist agrees not to make any modifications to or change any settings to any and each such tool or equipment following VTV's approval in connection with each specific use, i.e. in a specific episode or segment thereof. Artists shall not receive any additional compensation for use of such tools and or equipment, nor shall artists endorse any brand or mark, whether it be on camera or social media as defined below, or otherwise in connection with this section 6 without the advanced written approval of VTV. Let's dumb this down. So you know how it's difficult to find the equipment that's required to do this stuff, how a difference in equipment makes the difference between, oh my God, this is impossible, I'm never gonna do this, let me cry and go home and, you know, just like send this shit to L2. Or, oh my God, this is great. Stuff is just, solder is flowing, chips are going, this is great. You know what the difference is between that? Good equipment and shit equipment. And one of the things I do on this channel, as somebody who's bought a lot of garbage, I tell you what works, I tell you what doesn't work, I show you what works, and then I give you a complete itemized list of what it is and where to buy it at a decent deal. So I didn't have this. I didn't have somebody saying, oh yeah, you use this type of copper wire. Oh yeah, you want this microscope, not that one because of this, that, and the other feature. I didn't have that. Nobody was telling me what to buy. I had to buy this stuff, waste a lot of money, buy shit that didn't work, and figure it out. So Jessa and I have these lists in our YouTube comments every single day. What microscope to use, what soldering iron to use, what microscope to use, what hot air station to use, what tweezers to use, what tips to use on your tweezers, what tweezers to use for your hot tweezers, what tips to use for your hot tweezers, what tips to use for your micro soldering pencil, what do you use for this, what do you use for that, what type of solder paste to use, what type of flux to use, what's this. And these are valuable questions. A lot of people, I understand, are not coming to the channel because of my bubbly personality or my stubbly face or my bags under the eyes or my frizzy hair. They're coming to the channel because they want to learn, because they value the information that I took time to figure out, and they want to know this stuff. So my ability to say, if you're doing this, here's the equipment that you want, that provides incredible value to the subscriber. That is valuable to my subscriber base. I know that's valuable to my subscriber base because I get dozens of these questions every day, and I answer dozens of them every day, and I see how these questions have helped people. Further, I've also seen how my endorsements of equipment legitimately raise the prices of those equipment. When I bought the Crest CP500 HT, I paid $575 for that thing and about another $75 for the tray. I want you to go online right now and Google what a Crest CP500 HT costs. I'll wait. don't cost $575 new anymore, I can tell you that much. I know that I've gotten a lot of people to buy these products. Now, I know that that's helpful from the viewer standpoint. It's genuinely helpful for all the people watching that want to set up their own workshops to know, hey, he's doing what I want to do. What is he using? Now let's get over to how this is helpful to me. And now we're going to get into the selfish part. It says that I can't endorse let's see what it says here. It says, artists shall not receive any additional compensation for use of such tools and or equipment, nor shall artists endorse any brand or mark, whether it be on camera or otherwise in connection with this. So what I do is I say, hey, this equipment works great for me. I'm not making it up. I use it every day. Links in the description below. That's me endorsing it. And I'm also endorsing it for compensation. Let me explain how I'm doing it for compensation. There's affiliate links in the description. There's affiliate links down there. So with those affiliate links, if you buy something, I get somewhere between 4 to 7% for being a member of the Amazon Associates or Amazon whatever. I'm blanking here. Let's see, what is it? What is it called exactly? I'm a participant in the Amazon Services LLC Associates Program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by highlighting and linking to whatever. So the whole idea here is you click that link, you buy that tool that I recommended, and I get a kickback from Amazon. And I think this is great. None of these companies are going to sponsor me because I'm already telling you to buy their stuff for free. In every single video I'm saying this tool is great. Why would Hacko or Amscope or JBC or Weller or any of these, or any Omano, any of these companies pay me when I'm already giving them advertising? At the same time, I don't want to take donations from all of you. I don't want to sit here and go, can you please give me $1? Can you please donate to my Patreon? I need it to pay my rent. My kitty's gonna starve. You don't want my kitty to starve. Look at her. She's gonna starve. Please donate my Patreon. I'm sorry, Blackberry. I don't want to do that. But I like money. I like making money. I like using the money that I make from the channel to do things with the channel. So I do that, and that makes me some money. Now, I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to say exactly what it is I make from this. Let's see. Is there a sneaky way that I can tell you what I make that doesn't make it obvious? All right, so if we're on an 820-3115 motherboard, you might notice that there's resistance between PP bus SW LCD backlight per and BKL-EN on an LED driver. And there's resistance in between there, and that resistance is going to have a number. So on that number, take away the K and replace it with a 0. And that's actually what Amazon is up to monthly now, believe it or not. Sometimes it's 1,000 below that. Sometimes it's 1,000 below that. But sometimes it's actually sitting at that number. In the R9731, take away the K and put a 0 there, put a $sign in the beginning. I don't think anybody from Amazon is going to figure that out. But that's where the Amazon affiliate revenue is sitting. Now, the reason I don't count that as official income yet is because I haven't been in the program long enough for it to actually get deposited in the bank account. So you get the money deposited in your bank account somewhere around 2 or 3 months after the month is over that you've been doing affiliate revenue for. And I didn't start this long enough ago that I've gotten a single deposit yet. I see my revenue reports of what I will get, but it's never reached my bank account. So I don't consider it real money yet because I never received it. If nothing goes wrong and if this doesn't blow up, that's not bad. Like that's some decent revenue right there. And what they're saying is that I'm not allowed to do that anymore unless I get written authorization from them. And if they would like to deny me written authorization, that I'm then not allowed to do that. Not only am I not allowed to show my equipment, meaning that on the show, if there's a piece of equipment that says Hacko, they're going to cover that so that you can't see the model number. Not only are they going to cover the equipment, they're going to cover the equipment, not allow me to tell you what the equipment is, and not allow me to also put Amazon links with affiliate revenue. So not only are they screwing up your ability to learn what I use, they're fucking up my ability to get paid. So this is my response to that. The entire point of my videos is that people can learn how to do what I do from them. It is about encouraging people to share in my success rather than put myself on a pedestal. Covering all brands and getting rid of all recommendations takes away the entirety of what makes this channel useful to its core viewership, which is demystifying the process of component level repair, demystifying the processes, the equipment, and the mindset used to fix these problems. That argument is from a quality of content and principle standpoint. That aside, from a purely financial standpoint, the affiliate marketing that I use accounts for approximately, fuck it, let's see if Amazon cares, $2,000 to $3,000 a month in current affiliate revenue without having to do additional work after I set it up. This is revenue this contract has the right to take away if I can no longer post such videos or recommendations on my social media. If my understanding is correct, at $1,500 an episode, which is what was in a previous part of the contract, approximately 20 episodes would be $35,000 a year. I already make $5,000 less than that just doing affiliate marketing alone that you would disallow, notwithstanding my revenue from YouTube content using my likeness to tutor, which this contract implies could result in royalty payments. Further, if we are to imagine that a season of a TV series is 20 episodes in a year, this $1,500 an episode rate winds up around $35,000 a year. Opportunity costs aside, from the hours upon hours of pre-production and filming that will take me away from my paying jobs, the mere income I will not be allowed to make on other platforms as a result of this contract is nearly equal to the money I would make if I signed this contract and decided to work for you. Combining this with media tours, pre-production, run-through, and all the other various services/appearances I would be doing for free as per this contract, this quickly degrades into me making less money working for VTV than I would if I never signed this contract. And my closing. I think this contract would make sense to someone who has not built an image, retail business, or revenue stream for themselves over several years, or a young teenager with no experience and $100 in their bank account. To me, this reads as highly restrictive with too much liability. This can be easily interpreted in a manner that limits me from utilizing pre-existing revenue streams that already make up as much, or when combined together, more than what VTV is prepared to pay. I described in detail what I presently do, and that this would have to make sense for me to consider it as an option as someone who runs a business and already makes money at it. We are clearly not on the same page. My apologies if I ever gave you the impression that we are. Thanks again. And just to go over this here. So I've always said that, the YouTube revenue is like 40 to 80 bucks a day. Recently, it's been 40 to 60. I'm allowed to give those figures. I can't give CPM, I can give those figures. 40 to 60 bucks. Let's just do some math here. So again, 40, I'm going to do a little bit of math. So let's just assume $60 a day and multiply that by 365 days a year. That's $21,900 I would make off of YouTube revenue. Now, that's going to go down if I don't produce new content. If I don't produce new content, people stop watching, and the revenue goes in the shitter. So $21,900. Now again, they said that they would pay me $1,500 an episode. Now, TV seasons usually have somewhere between 13 to 24 episodes. So I just spitballed the figure of 20. So let's say $1,500 times 20 episodes. I don't know where I pulled the figure of $35,000 from. Yeah, I'm not sure where I pulled that figure from, because $1,500 times 20 episodes, which is what a lot of TV shows are, is actually 30,000 bucks. So they're asking me to give up doing YouTube. So that 21,000 bucks a year that I get off of YouTube, that's easily going to turn into like 10 or 5 or something very quickly, because nobody's going to view my shit anymore. But the more important thing is the Amazon thing. So let's say that makes somewhere around 3,000 a month. So you multiply, again, that's a big if, because I haven't had payment deposited in my account yet. I have not been a member of the affiliate program long enough to actually receive a payment from Amazon. But assuming that let's say that actually winds up going well. 3,000 times 12, 36,000 bucks. They are asking me to give up a revenue stream that is actually greater than the revenue they're offering to pay me. So the Amazon thing is a set it and forget it thing. So I put all the links in the videos. I've already built up 700, 800 videos with these links in them. So a lot of people are going to see them and click them. I've already built up a viewership of hundreds of thousands of people who watch my videos who may click those links. And I've already done the work of finding the links to all the equipment and then putting it in a clear and concise fashion. So that at this point, again, big assumption, big if. If nothing happens with Amazon, which is a big if, because Amazon's even iffier than PayPal and eBay. If nothing goes wrong here, that is going to be a passive source of income that is literally more income than what they would pay me to do the show. So they're asking me to give up this much money that I make for doing nothing, and then to get this much money for doing hours upon hours upon hours of filming, after choosing to not upload shit to YouTube, after restricting every single way I can make money, after asking for royalties on all of my pre-existing revenue streams using my likeness, and paying for my own equipment, rebuying my microscope, rebuying my soldering station, rebuying tweezers, rebuying hot air station, rebuying a multimeter, rebuying all this microscope camera so that I can do a show. If that, I mean, is that not that's poverty. That's literally poverty. Like, once I'm done, I get $30,000 a year. I have to work. I have to do a lot of work. I have to give up a lot of my revenue streams, and I have to buy all my equipment again. As Eli, the computer guy, said, I would literally just be better off stripping for tips. I would be better off stripping for tips. Even with this muffin top I got going here, I'd be better off stripping for tips. The thing that I want everybody to get from this is that, I guess the first thing is, don't allow anybody in the entertainment business to get you excited. Because this is what people in the entertainment business do. And it's not just television, it's not just movies, it's not just writing, publishing, it's not just with music, it's not just with theater, it's with everything in the entertainment business. They want to get you excited. They want you to feel like we're on the same team. And one of the really concerning marks for this is when I got a phone call a few days before I got this contract, where they asked me, could I possibly prioritize content for the show rather than for my own channel? Before I had a contract, before I even knew what I was getting paid, hey, focus on the show, not YouTube, which is... But a lot of people are going to try to act like they work with you. They're going to act like we're working towards something. We're partners. Hey, let's be partners in a studio together. Let's open a record label together. Let's work together. Let's do things together. Yeah, we got to get started. So can you let my artist in the studio for free? Oh, no, we're going to be... I know you usually charge for studio time. I know you usually charge for studio time, but can you let my artist in the studio for free? We're working together. We're going to be partners. This time next week, we're going to be 50-50 founders of a record label. I know somebody at Def Jam. I know somebody on... I know a DJ. I know DJ Khaled. He's going to play this stuff in the radio. We just got to produce it. We're going to start a record label together, man. We got big vision. We're going to meet big people, and you're worrying about $50 an hour for the studio right now? Come on, man. We're working together. Be excited. And then you get fucked in the end. What all these people do is they try to get you excited about something before they actually pay you, before they actually offer you something in writing that's tangible, that's real, that's worthwhile. And this is what they were trying to do here. They just kept dangling this little carrot of, hey, a TV show. Hey, come check out our studio. Hey, come talk about this TV show. Hey, check out our network. Hey, check out our cool backyard. Hey, check out our really cool bar in the middle of this commons area that leads out to a nice garden where our content creators work. I don't want a fucking garden. I don't want I don't want a bar. I don't want any of this shit. You know what I want? I want to make money. I want to be able to feed my cat. I want to be independent. I want to be able to pay my fucking apartment rent. And I want to not give some people that just emailed me 2 fucking months ago 10% of everything I have worked for my entire life. And I don't want any of you to allow yourself to get starstruck by this type of bullshit. And I want you to be able to value what it is you have for what it is. You know, again, because when you do the math, $1,500 an episode versus $40 to $60 a day, $1,500 an episode sounds really cool, doesn't it? But then you do the math, and then you figure out how many episodes are in a season. And then, again, $40 to $60 a day, I may snark on $40 to $60 a day. I may say all the shit in the world about $40 to $60 a day. But you know what I can say about that $40 to $60 a day that I get from YouTube? I can upload whatever the fuck I want. I get paid for uploading it. I can advertise whatever the fuck I want in the video. I can link to whatever the fuck equipment I want to link to in the description. I don't have to block out the names of the equipment. I can tell you exactly what it is I use. I can upload whatever I want to upload. I can film it at whatever time I want to film it. I can film it how I see fit to film it at work. And above all, that is my $40 to $60 a day that I worked for, that I built, that belongs to me. It cannot be canceled because somebody chooses to cancel it. Unless Kilpatrick and Townsend pursues it a little more. But let's say it can't be canceled unless I choose to cancel it. It is not, that's my $40 to $60 a day. And my $40 to $60 a day that exists is a lot better than $1,500 an episode under somebody else's thumb. I don't want to do that. Really? I don't want to. Like, again, it seems impressive. It's a big number, but then you think about it. I did this interview for this movie for Yelp, and it came out to being about a 10 or 20-minute interview for this documentary. And I did this for free because I believe in a documentary. It took about 5 hours of filming. I'm not kidding, like 5 hours of setting up lights, 5 hours of setting up sound, 5 hours of going through what they wanted to discuss, 5 hours of discussion afterwards and talks in between the filming for what amounted to about a 10 or 20-minute interview. So if you think that a 20-minute episode is, oh my God, I'm getting paid $1,500 for 20 minutes? Fucking think again. And again, read through the contract when I allowed you to scroll through it before. I got to show up at promotion for free, at promotional events for free. I got to be involved in behind the scenes. I got to be involved in all sorts of shit for free. And it never says how much time I have to spend filming that 20-minute episode. Because right now, when I film a 20-minute episode of Board Repair or a 30-minute episode of Board Repair, I am fucking done. The only work that I have to do in conjunction of that is separating the track from when I'm just talking to when I'm talking with the noise filter on, so I can put it on the track that has the noise reduction plugin, rendering the video, and snipping the front and the back off of each clip. I don't edit videos anymore. I just take I hit stop and start recording very diligently, and then I just put them all together and combine them. I don't have to sit in a studio for 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 hours. I don't sit under somebody else's thumb. It's my money. And when you do the calculation of like $30,000 to $35,000 a year to be under somebody else's thumb and have all my revenue limited to the $21,000 that I make currently off of YouTube, I'll take the $21,000 to not be under somebody else's thumb any day over 30 to 35 to be under. And again, you have to think about all the other methods of making revenue. I mean, and that's the thing, like, honestly, like, reading this, I was totally open to just, like, if with a decent deal, saying, you know what, fuck making YouTube videos, let's try something else. It's not like I'm this, like, YouTube fanboy that's saying, I want to work on YouTube only. Screw the man, screw the establishment. If I could make a professional salary off of YouTube, off of VTV or whatever the hell the name of that company is, I'd do it. I'd make less YouTube. I mean, it wouldn't be because of a contract. It would just be because I'm spending so much time making videos for them. I don't feel like turning on the camera in my own time. That would have happened naturally. Like, again, if they offered, like, real money and they didn't have this whole contract thing where it's like, every time you use your fucking likeness, we want your revenue. I wonder if my motherboard repair forum is that too. Like, when I pay Duke money to answer questions in the forum, does Duke now make less money because I have to give a commission of VTV because I'm using my likeness to get people to the forum? Does that show up in the on-site audit? Does that have to show up in my itemized list of how I make money off of my likeness? I'm just fucking stunned that somebody thought that they could actually send this shit. Stunned! Send this to, like, somebody with 1,000 subscribers or even 10,000 subscribers but doesn't have a business. But, like, to somebody with a business, an Amazon affiliate program, a class that he teaches, a forum, a distribution of small parts and flux in that, a fucking retail store. When you start bringing up, like, percentages of royalties on likeness, like, what? I've been rambling. This video has honestly been going on for way too long, but it's like, I'm fucking stunned. I mean, they thought I was going to sign this. They thought in good conscience that I would sign this. And this is one of those things where if I really wanted to do this, if I honestly thought this was a great idea, it's a contract. I could just call and say, listen, this is not what we talked about. Your lawyer probably sent me a template, and they go, oh, yeah, I understand. I'm sorry about that. And we'd be able to work it out and negotiate. But the reality is this is not something I can really see myself doing. You know, the only way that these philosophy videos make sense, for the rant videos I do or any of that stuff, the only way any of those business talk videos make sense is I have an idea, and the second I have the idea, I run to the camera, I turn it on, I do the video. It's like, if I wait until I'm at the studio to do it, and I'm sitting in front of a camera, and 4 people and videographers, and I have to set everything up and make everything perfect first, I'm not going to do the video. It's not going to get done. The content's not going to get created. There's so many videos I've made with these ideas. It's like I have a dream, or I get a phone call about some business idea, or I deal with a certain vendor or something, and then it's like, man, that would make, I think people should know about this, and then I turn on the camera. Or for the repair videos, how would that work if I'm not doing them out of a retail store? Like that's another thing. It's like, the repair videos that I do, people watch those videos because they're real. What I think makes sense in those videos is that I'm fixing real stuff for real customers. It's not some made up shit. It's not some fairy tale fucking studio where I film the same repair on a cherry picked item 50 times. That is something that a real person stepped on. That is a person that a real person sent 30 volts to. That is a device that a real person cat pissed on that I then have to fix on camera in real time for a paying customer that will not accept anything less than a fully working device. It's real. And when you take that away, when you move it to a studio environment, it takes away the very thing that was valuable. How do I then get devices to work on at the studio? What do I use the store? Do I have them find me stuff to fix? Do I have people send me shit and hope that it works? Do I show up to the studio to fix something that I'm unable to fix and then have to say, okay, sorry, cast and crew, you wasted your time. I couldn't figure this out. Because there are times that stuff it just makes for a really bad video, so I just don't keep it. I just scrap it. If I really thought this was a good idea, there's a way to work this out. But I honestly never understood how I could make this work as a great idea. But I thought, if they offer me good enough terms, let's just be open to the opportunity. Let's be open to something new. Stop being so cynical, Lewis. And then I get this shit, and it's like, you want to cut off all of my revenue streams. The few revenue streams that I get to keep, you want a 10% royalty out of. You want me to stop producing my regular content, and you want to pay me a salary where I live in poverty. Honestly, even if they had said that you're going to get $10,000 a month guaranteed, like you're going to make $10,000 a month to do this, and there are no restrictions, I'd still have to think about whether I wanted to do it, because I don't know how to make this work. Like, this show works. This has 200,000 subscribers watching it because of the way that I currently present it. Like just destroying that completely would then change everything. Wouldn't be the same thing. But here, it's not even like selling out. It's like easy. This is a pay cut to be miserable. Yeah, this probably takes the record for rambling for me. Pretty bad 200K video. But that's it. And as always, I hope that you've learned something.